Hi, Dad, and welcome to your second episode of Yoga with Dad. So, we're going to start with some meditation breathing. So, you're just going to lay flat on your back. You're going to take your right hand and put it over your heart. Then, you're going to take your left hand and put it over your stomach. So, now we're just going to take some really deep inhales. So, you're going to feel the inhale, filling your belly, filling all the way up through your chest. You're going to hold it and then let it out. And then inhale, exhale, inhale, really feeling your belly rise, your chest rise, and then exhale it all out. You're going to breathe deeply. Exhale. On your inhale, you feel your left hand rise. And on your exhale, you feel your stomach go down. Inhale, fill up your chest. Exhale it all out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. All right. Just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Drink it all in. You're going to come up to seat. So you can either sit cross-legged, you can sit in a chair, you can sit on a block, you can put a blanket under you, whatever will be the most comfortable for you. Just going to do a little bit more breathing and meditation. So just sit tall, roll your shoulders back, hands on your knees. You're just going to inhale, exhale. Think about stretching your body, really grounding your hips into the ground. You want to straight back from your tailbone all the way through the tip of your head. Just going to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So when you're going to thank yourself for taking the time to come to your mat, really appreciate yourself for the time you've taken to get here. Doesn't matter what comes before this or what comes after this, just taking a good 30 minutes for yourself. So you're going to set your intention for your practice, whatever that means to you today. Breathe in, breathe out, in, out, in, out. And then bring your hand to your third eye. Set your intention. Let's get started. So we're going to start on all fours for a little bit of a stretch. So you just make sure your hands are directly under your shoulders. Make sure you're not putting a lot of pressure into your wrists, but rather into your arms. We're going to do some cat-cow. So you can do it at your own pace. You're going to inhale and then exhale as you roll your spine. Inhale, stretch it out for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale. Again, you can go at your own pace. Just do a breath with each movement. Whatever feels good to you. You kind of bring it around town. You could stretch back. Whatever feels good. Just make sure you're getting some good stretches in. Still breathing. Round your back. Curve your back. Whatever feels good to you. Even do a little child's pose if you want a little break. Just going to keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. All right, then you're just going to lean back and really stretch out your back, reaching your fingers forward, kind of an activated child's pose. So definitely a little bit more stretching. You can tent your fingers if you want to get a little bit more of a shoulder stretch. Or feel free to just lean back in child's pose and take a little break. And now we're going to get ready for some twisting poses. So you're just going to come up really gently, round out your back. Then we're going to take our right arm and we're going to lift it up above us and then thread it under our left arm. And then just lean onto your shoulder and lift your left arm up above your head. Kind of use both of your arms as leverage to twist your body open. Then you're going to come out the way you came, counteract that stretch. You're going to do the same thing with your left arm, thread it under your right arm, lean onto that left shoulder and raise your right hand. You want to tent your fingers and then just keep pushing so you can twist your body. It's going to be a really gentle push, don't push it. And then you're just going to come out the same way you got in, really gently, counteract, go back up. And you're just going to lean back into child's pose. Take a little breather. You're going to inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. You're going to come up to seat. Stretch out your arms. Do whatever you need to. Get a little bit of crunchies out of your arms. And then you're going to slowly make it to stand. However you get there. Just take your time. Now for the next section, we're going to move into our first part of a sun salutation A. So this is really all about a breathing exercise, and I'm going to show you the first part. So it's all a forward fold. So you fold down, you lift up into a flat back, you fold back down, and then you lift yourself to stand. Now with each of those movements, you have a breath. You're going to start in mountain. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive down. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, back to stand. Exhale, hands by your side. You're going to do that a couple more times. So inhale, your arms go overhead. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back, really stretch out that back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, back to stand. Exhale, hands by your side in mountain pose. Inhale, hands go up overhead. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, down. Inhale to stand. Exhale, hands by your side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to stand. Exhale, hands by our side in mountain pose. And now we can move on to part 2, your favorite part that you've been asking for, downward dog. So to be comfortable and safe, you want to get a blanket or a towel and place it underneath your shins and your knees. Really protect your knee and protect your shins. You also want to make sure you don't do any damage to your wrists. You want to make sure you're putting the right amount of pressure on the right place in your hand. So you're going to spread those fingers, put most of the pressure towards your fingers, and make your hand more like a suction. You want to not have it kind of lean into your wrist so much and put more of the weight into your shoulders. So you're going to push back into downward dog, lean back. Now your hands might not be the right width from your feet, so feel free to move around. Right now we're just feeling out what the right position of downward dog is for us. We're going to stretch out our calves, really bicycle our feet, stretch it out, really feel comfortable in this downward dog. You can always take a break. You're just going to bring your knees down to the blanket. So we're just going to do that back and forth. You're going to inhale to downward dog. Maybe take a breath here, and exhale, knees to the blanket. Inhale to downward dog. Exhale, knees to blanket. Inhale, downward dog. Push back through the heels, back through the arms. Take your time. Do this at your own pace. You're going to exhale your knees to the blanket. Inhale, downward dog. And you exhale, you roll forward and put your knees to the blanket. Inhale, downward dog. Really bicycle it out a little, stretch it out. This is your last downward dog. Make it count. Then down to the blanket. Now you're going to come up on your knees. Now we're going to move into part 3. Now this is the plank piece. So you're going to start on those all fours again, kind of leaning a little bit more forward than when you do cat-cow. You're going to exhale into a knee push-up and then inhale into a baby cobra. You're going to exhale and push up with your hands back to a child's pose. Inhale back up to all fours. Exhale, kind of a little knee push-up. Inhale into a baby cobra. Exhale back to child's pose. Inhale to all fours. Exhale down. Inhale baby cobra. Exhale back to child's pose. Inhale all fours. Exhale down. Inhale, back stretch. Exhale, back to child's pose. Just a breath with every movement. It's okay if you're not on the same cadence. You just want to make sure that every time you're doing a movement, you're either inhaling or exhaling. Really intentional movement. So you're going to inhale to all fours. Exhale down, inhale, back stretch, exhale down, back to child's pose. Now you're just going to take a little break here in child's pose. Get your breath back, shake out your arms, just relax, let your face breathe into the mat. You're going to bring yourself up. So now we're going to work on putting those two pieces together. So we start in downward dog and then we kind of roll forward into a plank, then back to downward dog. So you're going to start on all fours, inhale back to downward dog. On the exhale, you're going to roll your body forward, kind of sit in plank. Inhale, downward dog. Roll forward to plank on the exhale. Inhale, back to downward dog. Exhale, roll forward into plank. Inhale, back to downward dog. Exhale, roll forward to plank. Inhale to downward dog. And you can kind of stretch it out. You're just going to make your way to stand. So I like to toe my way to my hands and then inhale to stand. Great job. Now you get to shake it out. You just did a lot of work on your arms, a lot of work on your legs. Time to shake everything out. Really get all of those crunchies out. You can do some arm rotations. Shake out your legs if you need to. It's kind of a free-for-all. Do whatever your body needs right now. If it needs a forward fold, do that. If it needs a little bit of arm stretches, do this. A little windmill. Okay, so that was a nice little break, getting us all ready to put it all together. So when we put it all together, you're going to watch me the first time, and then you are going to do it after that. So I'll walk you through what a sun salutation is put together. We're going to inhale up, exhale down to forward fold, inhale flat back, exhale forward fold. You're going to step back to downward dog, You're going to roll forward into a plank. You're going to put your knees down. We're going to do our knee push-up into a baby cobra. Then we're going to push back directly into a downward dog. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the second option, which is a more advanced option. As you roll forward, rather than putting your knees down, you're going to do a chaturanga push-up and then straight into up dog. You're going to use your core to pull you back into a downward dog. Okay, so now we're going to do it together. We'll try and do it about 5 times. You want to keep a breath to a movement, so it's okay if you don't get to the full 5. You're going to inhale, up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, down. And then step back to a downward dog. Roll forward, knees down, push up, cobra. You're going to push back and then up into downward dog. Just going to step your feet forward. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Step your feet back to a downward dog. Inhale. Exhale, forward, knees down, push up. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, push back to downward dog. You're going to step your feet to your hands, and then inhale to rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to downward dog. Inhale. Exhale, knees down. Push up. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, push back into downward dog. Step your feet to your hands. Inhale to rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to downward dog. Exhale, push up. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, and push back to downward dog. Step your feet forward. Inhale to rise. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, down. Step back to downward dog. Inhale. Exhale, forward. Push up. Inhale, cobra. Exhale. Push back to downward dog. Make this downward dog worth it because it's your last one. Really stretch it out. Then walk your hands forward. Inhale, up. Awesome job. Now you deserve a little bit of a stretch. We're just going to do a little forward fold. Really breathe into it. Let your arms just hang. Breathe in, breathe out. Let your low back relax. You can cross your arms. Shake your head yes. No, you can shake side to side. Just really stretching out your hamstrings, your low back. You can put a little bend into your knee to protect your knees. I like to cross my legs over the other leg, really stretch out the IT bands. This is your time to kind of stretch out whatever you need in this standing pose. Now we are going to move onto our seat and do a little bit of stretching from the ground. So you're going to pull your knees up, pull your right leg over your left thigh, and that might be fine. That might be a great hip stretch for you. Or if you want a little bit more, you can kind of pull your left thigh towards you and give you a better stretch in your right hip area. You're going to pull your knee into your chest, high neck, pull it out, and then reach it over to the left side. Really do a nice twist stretch. Sit here and breathe into it. Now we're going to do the other leg. Pull your left leg over your right thigh. Again, that might be enough. Or you might want to pull your right leg into you to really stretch out that left hip a little bit more. Same thing, left knee into chest and then over. Really stretch out the spine, really twist it. Breathe into that twist. If you want a little bit of an extra stretch, here's a good place to pause the video and stretch into this a little bit more. If not, we're going to move on to, you asked for this, planks and abs. So we're going to start in a plank. So we're going to be on all fours. You're going to push up into a plank. Now the fun part, we're going to do up downs. So you could just stay in the plank if that feels better, but I'm going to go down to my forearms and then up to my hands about 10 times. So whatever pace you can do it at, you're just going to go up, down, keeping that core tight, lifting up, down, lift up, down, really holding on to that core strength, breathing, don't forget to breathe. All right, now you definitely need a little break after that, so go back to child's pose. Breathe into it. Relax a little. Okay, we're going to do our second plank. So this one, we're going to start on our forearms. So there are 3 options. Go into a plank. You can either lift your legs about a couple inches off the ground and alternate them, or you can put them out to the side with the left and the right, or my personal favorite, I like to bring them up with your obliques to your elbows. We're going to do this 10 times, whatever version you like to do. Remember to breathe. Remember to hold your core steady. Great job. There's a gross worm on my mat. All right, now we're going to move into abs. So we're just going to take a little child's pose before we move on. Get a little breathing in. Again, you can pause the video. You can do that again if you're a crazy person. Or you can move on to my favorite ab exercise, the dead bug. So you're just going to lay back onto your back. Another dead worm. And you might want to stretch out your hamstrings and your legs a little bit because you're going to have them lifted. So if you want to leave them in a tabletop, that's fine. Or I like to just have them straight up in the air. I can't really get my legs straight, but you can try. So again, tabletop or straight up and down. You're going to lift your arms also straight up and down. And then you're going to drop opposite hand and leg. So left arm, right leg, up. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. You want to make sure that your back is fully flush with the ground. If that means you need to go a little bit slower, that's fine. Just keep your abs engaged, really pushing into the floor. You're going to keep doing it on one side before we switch to the other side. All right, now we can switch to the other side. So you go right arm down, left arm down, up, down, up. Inhale down, exhale up. Really make sure that back is flat against the mat. If that means you need to take a little break, totally fine. Engage the core, back to mat. Inhale down, exhale up. Great job. So now is a great time to take any additional stretches you want to. Pull your knees into your chest, any other additional twists, anything that your body needs before we move into Savasana. Just going to lay down, same as we started. You're just going to breathe in, breathe out, relax your body into the mat. Just melt into it with each breath. Inhale, exhale. Listen to your breathing. Just relax. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Stretch it out. You're just going to come to a comfortable seat at your own pace. You're going to thank yourself for coming to the mat. Go back to the intention that you set at the beginning of this practice. Really appreciate the work that you did today. Bring your hands to your third eye. Bend and seal your practice.